Hey, what's going on, guys? This is James Burch with another video for P.O.C Point of Conversation. And today's P.O.C Point of Conversation is all about the scripture that comes from John 4:24. And it says, God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. So this is the fourth video for the four-part series of truth. So last week, the video was coming to you from Galatians 4:16, and so the other one had came from let me correct myself. The last one came from 2 Timothy 2:15 through 16. The one before that comes to you from Galatians 4:16, and the first one comes from John 8:32. So it's John 8:32 was the first one, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free, which is related to power versus powerful. When you know the truth, you have power. When it has made you free, you have become powerful because you have the knowledge, which is the power, and then you're able to apply it, which makes you powerful because now you're free. So that's the difference in that one. And now that's why the analogy is related to power versus powerful, which is knowing the truth and the truth making you free. And it's an individual thing. After that, that's when you get into the Galatians 4:16. Am I now therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? The answer to the question is yes. So now that you know the truth and the truth has made you free, you have to be cautious, be aware of that. Now, after you've gone through that process of making enemies, you get into Galatians 4:16, which is study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. In other words, that word of truth that comes to you, you are supposed to be rightly dividing that and holding on to that and knowing that that comes from your relationship with God, and that comes from you putting in your studies and that you building that relationship and no one being able to put you down for what it is that you know. And so studying is for you to be able to hold on to what God has given you. The second part of that, verse 16 says, but shun profane and vain babbling, for they will increase unto more ungodliness. In other words, you're putting away everything that has nothing to do with your walk in your relationship with God because it's a distraction. Those distractions keep you from the focal point. And that brings us to today, John 4:24. God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. So it's in spirit and in truth. So first and foremost, let's get something out of the way. Truth comes from inside of you. I'll say that again, and I want you to listen to this. Truth comes from inside of you. Why do I say that? Listen to what John 4:24 says. God is a spirit. The spirit is inside of you. So truth comes from inside of you. So God created you. God is in you. The good that's in you comes from God. So therefore, truth comes from inside you. It comes from the God in you, the good in you. And they that worship him, so if you worship God, you must worship him in that spirit which is inside you and in truth. So the truth is going to come from inside of you, which is coming from God. That's what that scripture is saying. So when you've done the study, you've done the research, you've put the time in, and you've built that relationship, no one's going to be able to throw you because you have that discernment from John 4:24. Worshiping him in spirit and in truth. That truth, that revelation knowledge, no one can take that away from you. However, scripture also tells you to warn a brother twice. Once you have that truth in you and that truth begins to come out, be careful about who you share that truth and that revelation with. Because, like I said in the other videos, everybody's not on your side. You have made enemies. The good that you are doing is going to be attacked. You do not have control over how people respond to the truth because you are accountable to saying the words. You are held accountable for saying the words, not how people react. But be mindful of the crowd and the people you are talking to. Those that are supposed to receive the revelation will receive it. Those who cannot handle the truth will become your enemy, or they will walk away. Your job is not to worry about them. Your job is to say the truth and nothing but the truth. That is all you are held accountable for. So once you build that relationship and you're worshiping Him in spirit and in truth, remember, that is the very essence of this entire walk for you. Worshiping God in spirit and in truth. Following Him and speaking and letting the truth that is in you come out. That is how you know your crowd. That is how you know your people and those who flock with you. That's all for today. Hope you guys watched the other videos, and I hope you guys enjoyed the series. That's all for me for today's POC Point of Conversation. This is James Burston, over and out.